Hey, fellow adventurers, remember 2006? We were all glued to our screens, lost in the world of Oblivion. This wasn't just another game, it was epic, immersive, and totally groundbreaking. We explored the vast province of Cyrodiil. We fought goblins in crumbling ruins. We even joined the Dark Brotherhood, don't tell anyone. Oblivion wasn't just a game, it was an escape, a second life. But there's one thing about Oblivion that still sparks debate today: the leveling system. It was different, to say the least, and not always in a good way. Some people loved its complexity. Others found it frustrating and unforgiving. So, let's dive in and explore this controversial mechanic. Grab your enchanted swords and let's journey back to Cyrodiil. Most RPGs have a pretty straightforward way of leveling up. You gain experience points, XP, and when you earn enough, you level up. Easy, right? Well, Oblivion decided to shake things up. It introduced the major skills system. Instead of gaining XP for everything you do, you only level up your major skills. Here's how it works. You choose 7 skills that are important to your character, like blade, block, or conjuration. These become your major skills. Using these skills repeatedly levels them up. When you've gained enough levels in your major skills, you get to level up your character overall. Sounds simple enough, right? But this is where things get tricky. The problem with the major skill system is that it can punish you for trying new things. Let's say you're playing a warrior. You focus on skills like blade and heavy armor. You become a force to be reckoned with in combat. But then, you decide to try your hand at something different. You start crafting armor, increasing your armorer skill. Here's the catch. Armorer isn't one of your major skills. Leveling it up doesn't contribute to your overall character level. This means your warrior is stuck at a lower level, facing tougher enemies without the stat boost to match. Suddenly that dungeon you breezed through before is a death trap. It's frustrating, to say the least. If the previous section didn't already make it clear, efficient leveling in Oblivion is, it's not enough to just be good at the skills you want to use. You have to master the art of min-maxing, squeezing every last point out of your character's attributes. Remember, every time you level up, you get to increase 3 of your 8 attributes. The amount they increase depends on how much you use skills governed by that attribute. So to get the biggest boost to your strength, you need to level up skills like blade, blunt, and hand-to-hand, but when your character levels up, this system made character building a complex puzzle. It was rewarding for some, but for others, it felt like a chore. Section 5. Oblivion Remastered? A fan's wish list for leveling. It's 2025 and whispers of an Oblivion Remaster have been swirling around the internet. Fans are buzzing with excitement, but also with cautious hope. Will Bethesda fix the leveling system? Many fans believe a revised system would make the game more accessible and enjoyable for newcomers. One popular idea is to keep the major skills system but allow players to respect their characters. Imagine being able to change your major skills later in the game. This would allow for more experimentation and flexibility. Another suggestion is to introduce a hybrid system that combines major skills with traditional XP gain. This way, players could still enjoy the strategic depth of major skills, while also having the freedom to try out different playstyles. Section 6. Modding the Way to Victory, Oblivion XP and Other Fixes. Even without an official remaster, the amazing modding community has already addressed many of the leveling system's issues. Mods like Oblivion XP completely overhaul the system, introducing a more traditional XP-based progression. This allows players to level up naturally without worrying about breaking their characters. Other popular mods include realistic leveling, which makes enemies scale with the player's level, and NGCD plus progress, which makes combat feel smoother and more rewarding. These mods are a testament to the dedication and creativity of the Oblivion community. They've taken a flawed system and made it their own, ensuring that the game remains enjoyable for years to come. Section 7. Learning from the past. Skyrim and other RPGs get it right. While Oblivion's leveling system had its issues, it's important to remember that Bethesda learned from their mistakes. In Skyrim, they introduced a more streamlined and intuitive system that was praised by fans and critics alike. In Skyrim, every action, from picking locks to slaying dragons, grants XP. This encourages players to experiment with different skills and playstyles without worrying about ruining their build. Other RPGs like The Witcher 3 and Fallout New Vegas have also implemented successful leveling systems that provide a good balance of depth and accessibility. They offer meaningful choices and encourage players to engage with the game world in a variety of ways. Section 8. Oblivion's Legacy. A flawed masterpiece? So where does that leave Oblivion? Is it a flawed masterpiece held back by its infamous leveling system, or is there a certain charm to its complexity? The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between. Oblivion's leveling system is undeniably flawed. It can be frustrating, unforgiving, and downright confusing at times, but it also encourages a level of strategic thinking and planning that's absent in many other RPGs. For some players, this complexity is part of what makes Oblivion so special. It forces you to really think about your character build and the consequences of your actions. You can't just be a jack of all trades, you need to specialize and master your chosen skills. Section 9. A final thought, the future of leveling in the Elder Scrolls. Oblivion's leveling system might be a bit rough around the edges, but it's hard to deny its impact on the RPG genre. It sparked debates, inspired mods, and ultimately led to improvements in later games. As we eagerly await news of a potential remaster, one can't help but wonder what the future holds for leveling in the Elder Scrolls. Will Bethesda stick with the streamlined approach of Skyrim? Or will they surprise us with a completely new system that combines the best of both worlds? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, the journey through Cyrodiil, however bumpy it may be, will always hold a special place in our gaming hearts. Until next time, happy adventuring.